Hi friends, my name is Bhavya Mangla. I am IATF qualified auditor. I am doing audit for automotive sector for the last 17 years. I'm again back with a very interesting topic. What's the key difference between specification limit and control limits? So let's start with the basic definition of specification limit and the control limit. When we talk about specification limit, our intent is to understand that what is the voice of the customer, what the customer is looking for, or what is the requirement of that particular organization. So they will set some values, some tolerances, upper control and lower values. So we need to make sure that the product should fall between that. So that's the main intent of the specification limit. When we talk about the control limits, now here we are using a statistical technique, and when we are plotting it with the upper control limit and lower control limit, and then we try to see that whether the process is stable, whether the process is predictable, and whether the process is in center or not. This is what when we are talking about the control limits. In general, if you look into the industry perspective, it is often been seen that when we are plotting the control chart, so apart from the upper control limit and lower control limit, sometimes we also plot the upper specification limit and lower specification limit, even though there is no purpose behind that and it does not serve any purpose. So if I take an easy example of this particular pen and assume that the diameter of this particular pen is 5, and if we talk about specification limit, it is plus minus 2, so it is 4.8 to 5.2. Now when we talk about the control limit, so the control limit could be that it should be between 4.9 to 5.1. So as long as it is between 4.9 to 5.1, there is a very high possibility that whatever products that we are producing, they will be meeting the specification limit. But at times it happens that the specification limits are coinciding with the control limits, and there can be many different reasons. It can be because of the common causes, it can be because of the special causes also. And at times it is being seen that the customer is not much interested even if the control limits are quite close to the specification limit, and there can be many reasons for that. First of all, the most important reason is maybe the customer is not worried about it. They just want the good quality product, that it should meet their requirement, and they don't need anything else. Secondly, at times to improve that, it requires a lot of cost. The customer is not willing to pay that cost. And thirdly, and the most important reason is many times all these special causes which are occurring on the process, they are predictable and consistent. So as long as it is predictable and consistent, there is no need to take any action on that. Now to talk specifically about the key differences between specification limit and the control limits. When we talk about specification limit, it is the voice of the customer. When we talk about the control limit, it is the voice of the customer, voice of the process, sorry, that what the process is saying about it. When we talk about specification limit, basically it is a concern of the customer that you need to meet a customer requirement. But when we talk about control limits, it is a concern with respect to that organization and that process, that how that process is performing. When we talk about specification limit, we are more focused on ensuring that there is no customer rejection, that product should meet the customer requirement. But when we talk about control limits, we are more concerned with respect to this, that how we can reduce our internal rejection by making sure that the process is in control. When we talk about specification limit, our intent is to see that how far the process is deviation from the target value. But when we talk about the control limits, we more focus about the location, about the width, and about the spread of the entire process. Generally, if we talk about the specification limit, it is either identified by the customer or organization. When we talk about the control limit, it is generally being calculated from the data that is being presented. When we talk about specification limit, our intent is to see that what we want the process to do. When we talk about control limits, we are talking about what the process is actually doing. In specification limit, we are just separating good parts from the bad. But when we are talking about control limits, our intent is to see that how the process is performing and what we can do with respect to that. If I take another simple example of a car which we're going to park in a garage, so there can be three possible conditions that I'm going to talk. The first condition is similar to like what I said in earlier example, that the specification limit is 4.8 to 5.2 and the control limit is 4.9 to 5.1. So the car will very easily go into the garage and there will not be any possibility of any scratch anywhere, the ideal condition and the best condition. Now take as the second condition. Now in this condition, assume that the control limits are quite close to the specification limit. Say when the specification limit is 4.8 to 5.2, maybe the control limit is 4.85 to 5.15. So car will still go into the garage, but there is a very high possibility that even there is a deviation here and there will be some scratch or damage to the car. And the third condition, the specification limits still remain the same, 4.8 to 5.2, but now instead of 4.9 to 5.1, it is shifting to 4.7 to 4.9. Now if you see, the process is still stable, but now it is not meeting the specification limit. Now when we are putting the car inside the garage, it is going to damage and it is going to fall against the wall. So if I do an overall summary about the key difference between specification limit and the control limits. So specification limit is all about voice of the customer. Control limit is about voice of the process. When we talk about specification limit, our intent is to see that what the process is doing, and in the control limit we see that how the process has performed. In specification limit, our focus is to see that whether we are meeting the requirement, while in control limits we see that what is the spread, what is the width, and what is the overall location of that particular process. My next video will be related to the key difference between mean, median, and mode. I'm regularly getting a lot of feedbacks from your side and they're helping me to understand your expectations. So please do continue that. And in case you want to understand a little bit more about this particular video, there is a link below. If you click that, you'll find a blog there and you'll find this information in much more detail. And in case you're liking these kind of videos and blogs, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel and my website bhavyamangla.com. Thank you very much.